Na tingonya mawakiti baba mama na tingonya mawakiti baba hengwenya manengwena mabala hengwena manengwena mabala. Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about The Lion King. Yay! So the other day I went to see The Lion King, the live action Lion King remake. So yeah, it was a good time. I had a good time. So The Lion King came out on the Friday, which was the 19th, and then I went to see it the Saturday, which was the 20th. So I literally didn't waste any time at all to go and see the movie. So I have a review to do, so stay tuned. The original Lion King was animated and it came out in 1994. So that was the year I was born, actually. And so, yeah, it means a lot to me, The Lion King does. It's actually my favourite Disney movie, like, ever. So, yeah, this is why I'm doing the review as well. And then we have the remake, which came out literally, like, a few days ago. So, 1994 and 2019. Okay, now when I was a wee lass, I watched this movie apparently and it was really emotional. Apparently on the back, like back in the days, we used to have something called VCR, which is videotape. And nowadays, we don't even have DVDs that much, but yeah, we had videotape back in the day. So all of the movies that came out, like the Disney movies and whatever else was around back then, it was all on videotape. And we have a videotape player and that's what we would watch our movies on, basically. And so I had The Lion King, and on the back of the videotape it actually says warning, like it's really emotional for young children. So yeah, and I had watched the movie when I was really little and apparently I was really like emotional. Obviously there's a few parts in The Lion King where it is quite deep, for a cartoon, but yeah, I was really quite emotional, and to be honest, till this day I'm still emotional about it. And but yeah, so let's just go through the key differences. So 1994 version of The Lion King is obviously cartoon. This Lion King is live action. So what they did is they used like real life lions, and then they used CGI to basically make them look as if they are singing and speaking, because obviously we know animals cannot actually speak and sing. So that's how they did it this time. And the script wasn't exactly the same either, and neither were the songs. Some of the songs weren't the same either. So those are a few of the differences, and some of the names were changed as well, which I'll go into in a little bit. So yeah, it was, I would say it's a version of The Lion King because it wasn't exactly to the T. But yeah. So in my view, it was okay. Like, it was okay. Um nothing can replace the original, obviously. It's very hard when there's an original of something to do a remake of it and have it, obviously there's going to be comparisons regardless, like how fantastic the remake is or whatever, like you're always going to compare it to the original. And to some people the original is just always going to be the best. To others the remake's going to be like, wow, it's so spectacular, like I I prefer that one. But me personally, I prefer the original. But saying that, the remake was really good. Okay, so some of the differences were the cast members, obviously. So some of the cast members that played that done the voices for the characters in 1994 weren't the voices for 2019. So I'm just gonna read off basically the characters of the movie, and then I'm gonna say the 1994 actor, and then I'm gonna say the 2019 actor. So for Mufasa, they actually done a very good job and stuck with James L. Jones, which is fantastic. So he done the voice of Mufasa for 1994 and 2019, which is fantastic. Sarabi, in 1994 it was Madge Sinclair. In 2019 it was Alfred Woodard. Simba was Matthew Broderick in 1994, and in 2019 it was Donald Glover. Nala, in 1994 it was Maria Kelly. 2019 Beyonce Knowles. Scar, 1994 Jeremy Irons. 2019 Chiwetel Ejiofor. Pumbaa, Ernie Sabella. 2019 Seth Rogen. Timon, Nathan Lane. 2019 Billy Eichner. Zazu, Rowan Atkinson, which quite a lot of people know as Mr. Bean. And then 2019 John Oliver. Shenzi was Whoopi Goldberg in 1994, and in 2019 Florence Kasumba. Azizi, now this is where it changes a little bit, because in 1994 the so these are the hyenas. So in 1994 the hyena's name was Ed, right? And that was played by Cheech Marin. And then in 2019 they changed the name from Ed to Azizi, right? And that was played by Eric Andre. And then the next hyena that was changed was Banzai. So in 1994 the hyena's name was Banzai, right? And that was played by Jim Cummins. And then in 2019 the remake, it the name was changed to Komari, and that was played by Keegan Michael Key. And then Rafiki, last but not least, in 1994 was played by Robert Gilorm. I can't really pronounce that name, but yeah, Robert Gilorm. And then in 2019 Rafiki was played by John Karras. So those are the differences in the cast members, in the main cast members. So as you can see, it's quite a big change. Obviously, the only similarity is that they kept James L. Jones for Mufasa, which was probably the best decision they made, because it kind of gave a sense of familiarity to the movie. Like you're used to the voice. Like he's got a very distinct voice, and as soon as you hear him, you kind of feel like, okay, I know, I'm familiar with what I'm about to watch. And his voice really suits that kind of father figure voice, and so that's why he's really good for playing Mufasa and doing the voice for Mufasa. Okay, so I want to go into like some of the main characters. So Sarabi So that was played by Alpha Woodard this year, and I feel like she did a really good job. Her voice is naturally very mature and endearing, so her playing Sarabi was really good because obviously Sarabi's the mum of Simba, and she's very caring, and but she's very very stern as well, which really came across in the voice of Sarabi this year. Now for Simba, the this year's casting for Simba was Donald Glover, and yeah, and I found it to be quite good. The only thing that I thought was kind of lacking with it was the singing voice. Um, Obviously Donald Glover, he's a very good singer. Um, that is what he's known for, singing and rapping. And but when it came to the Lion King score, when it came to the songs, some of the iconic songs like um Hakuna Matata, and what else did he sing? He sang something else, I can't remember. Oh, he sang with Nala. He sang with Nala, which was Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And I don't know, I feel like he held back a little bit. I don't know if that was because of the director, whether they said don't go too hard on these songs to him. But to me, I feel like it was just lacking a little bit compared to the original songs, obviously, because that's all we can compare to, really. Like, so I felt like Simba, um, he was, I don't know, just lacking just a little bit. When it came to Nala, now Beyonce knows she played Nala, the adult Nala, and for me, with her, it's the opposite because I didn't really like her as Nala, as the voice of Nala, but then her singing was on point. Obviously, Beyonce is a singer. That is what she is. She is a singer and a performer, and then obviously she is an actress, but then I really don't feel like she is the best actress. And when it came to playing Nala, I don't think her voice really came through and done justice for Nala. Um, there's just something about it. Obviously, like she's got a southern Texan accent, and like you can't really dissect her accent from her. So no matter what she is playing as, you're always gonna think, oh, that's Beyonce. Like it's kind of like a bit of a shame because it's like Beyonce is always gonna outshine everything, and obviously that's in her right. Do you know what I mean? Like she's a performer, but when it comes to movies like The Lion King, when you just need for the actual lions to shine, like obviously because those are the characters, and when it's kind of taken away from the character, it's a bit rocky, you know. But when it came to Beyonce singing the songs, on point. Like she sang Can You Feel the Love Tonight, as I mentioned before, with Simba. So she sang that with Donald Glover, and she went in on that song. She went real like hardcore on that song. And she also done another song called Spirit, which is a new song actually for the Lion King soundtrack, for obviously the remake. And it was really really good. I don't know if anyone has seen the video for Spirit yet, but it's really really good, and it really praises like black culture, African culture, and there's quite a lot of like, I don't know if you call it like subliminal messages, because um there's quite a few ladies like of color with red hair in the video for Spirit, and it's basically like a stance to say like Halle Bailey, we're with you, because I don't know if some of you know that the new Little Mermaid, which is going to be live action as well, coming out soon, is going to be portrayed by Halle Bailey, which is an African American young singer, and she's got red dreadlocks, and a lot of people in the media were saying, not my Little Mermaid, Little Mermaid shouldn't be black, da, 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 da. Sorry, I'm going off a bit from Lion King, but yeah, basically going against and boycotting the Little Mermaid, the new Little Mermaid, just because the new actress is going to be black as opposed to a white person, which is quite sad because there's so much like Caucasian princesses, and the one time they want to switch it up a little bit and make a mythical creature a black girl, it's a problem. But anyways, let me not start with that. Okay, so when it came to Scar, now Scar is one of the main characters. Like he really takes the movie like through, to be honest, because obviously, as you know, in a lot of Disney movies, there's the good guy and there's the bad guy, right? So Scar being the villain, he really like makes the movie run, and you're always like on the edge of the seat. No matter how much times you've watched it, you're always like, oh, that's Scar, as soon as he comes on the screen. Now with this Scar, it was played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, which I believe is a Nigerian British actor, and I think he done well with the voice of Scar, but then when it came to the singing, he kind of just talked his way through the song. So for instance, so like beware, right? Oh no, not beware, sorry, be prepared, sorry. That's his main song in the movie, right? And he kind of just talks through it, like it's not really sung like the original, and it kind of just lacked oomph, which was a shame. And compared to like the original Lion King, obviously it's cartoon, and while Scar is singing in that one, all of the hyenas are basically like marching, and like it gives more of a visual effect to like the song as well. But in this one, they're kind of just looking at Scar just hopping straight to the top, and I don't know, it just kind of, it really lacks for me. Like I was just like, I don't know, it's because it's a musical, it has so much songs in there and we need to feel the songs, do you know what I mean? And I feel like it kind of lacked in that. But when it came to like the visual side of things, it was wicked. Like it was really good. Like the CGI was on point. I saw it in 3D, so yeah, like it was really good in that sense, but the songs were just really lacking, and it's such a shame. But yeah, so that's kind of my take on it. I still think it was like really really good though. um to me, like, because I've seen the original Lion King, I've seen the Lion King in theatre production, and I've now seen the remake that came out just now basically, and the theatre production beats the remake like so much more, and they don't even go into like all of the story in the theatre production, but it's still so good, and to hear live music is so lovely as well. But I don't know, like I feel like they they got the message across. They didn't stick 100% to the script, so there was certain parts, like, you know when Pumbaa says when I was a young warthog, and then Timon said when I was a young warthog, and then like there's just certain things like that that it just lacked comedic effect, like unlike the original basically. But like I still recommend it to go and see, definitely. um like take the children or just go by yourself or whatever you want to do. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like they should kind of slow down with the live action remakes now because it's getting a bit ridiculous. There's so much that's in the works coming out in the next few years, and it's a bit too much because it's like we don't want it to go so overboard that then we just start hating Disney, you know? And like they've done such a good job in creating these movies, which quite a few. I'm gonna wrap this up now. Basically, you can, yeah, go and see the Lion King remake, but to me it doesn't even compare to the original or to the theatre production. I'm going to leave my review of the theatre production down below in the description box, so you can check that out if you want to. And yeah, thank you for watching. I might do some more reviews in the future. I'll see how it goes. So, okay, until next time, my lovelies, take care. Bye. He's like, and I got downhearted every time that I farted. But before he says farted, Timon's like, Pumbaa, not in front of the kids. And that's like one of the best lines ever. And where where was it? Where? Where? Like,